Hey y'all, it's Denise and I'm in my studio, my home studio this morning. It's Saturday morning and I'm usually sending out a video on Saturday mornings, but my studio session this week was all about cleaning and setting up for a show last night, cleaning our shared studio down in Liberty Station. There's 6 of us artists in one studio, and I'm going to show you a little video of that setup. But it's another important part of art business is setting up shows, presentation, how you curate your shows, and I'm going to show you how I do it. In the meantime, I've already got a whole another series of artwork that's going to an out-of-town show next weekend in Paso Robles, California, on November 4th, 5th, and 6th. Maybe it's the 5th and 6th. Saturday and Sunday is the show. So I have this work all set aside to load up and drive 5.5 to 6 hours up to Paso Robles and do an out-of-town show. So hopefully that is going to work out well. But for now, I'm going to show you the show that we did in the studio last night and my thought process behind setting up my corner of the studio. So take a look. Okay, so first of all, I share a studio. There's 6 artists that share this studio. It's a pretty large space and we each have it segmented off to certain walls and certain areas so that we all have a wall to work on, because that's really kind of fun to be able to put a canvas up on a wall and just paint freeform and have a couple canvases going at the same time actually. So this is my corner of the studio. And I have 2 walls to work on. It's a little challenging to be in a corner, but I really enjoy it and I've gotten used to just having my little space. I have my table there and I can fit quite a bit of art up on my walls. So here I am getting ready for the event that we just had last night, and I created a series of paintings that are all in the same color palette. And I think when you're curating a space and you're trying to set up your art, if you can pull it all together and have one cohesive look, it becomes a piece of art in itself. It becomes something that gets attention. Presentation is everything. If you get too many sizes, too many things going on, it's hard for the eye to take a look and really see anything clearly. So this is my corner of the studio and how it turned out for our event last night. You can see I have the same color palette going on. I did a lot of pinks and aquas and kind of soft teal. And I was very happy with how my corner turned out. And as it turned out also, I dressed to match my corner. I blended right in. So even that was planned out because, as I said, presentation is everything. So a lot of times when the studio is not being used for a show or a gallery, it is my working space, and it's nice to be able to put several canvases up on the wall and work on them all at one time. And then I may have other pieces that go along with the color palette that I'm working on. Here is another color palette that I did, and this was mostly all florals with the touches of yellow. And this is the grouping of my more neutrals that I'll be taking to Paso Robles with me. Since I've already had it in the studio, it's time to take it on the road. But you can see that I curate all of my collections. I find that when I have paint out, it's a lot easier to paint 3, 4, 6 paintings as long as I have the color palette out. And that way I'm assured to have a grouping when I go into a show. So there you go. And here is our studio once it was all cleaned up and ready for the show that evening. You can see that all of our walls are curated. We each have a different series going on. And the nice thing is our artwork is all very different. You can definitely tell one artist from the other. We each have our own style, and we each celebrate each other's style and really encourage and support one another in the studio. We have storage for extra paintings, so you always have extras to pull out and show customers when they're in the studio. So it's pretty cool. It's a really great spot to be, and I'm thrilled to be part of this group, 5 Art Studio and Gallery. And there's a little peek at my blocks that you might remember from several videos ago. And 2 videos ago I talked to you about doing an early release, and I started my early release on Wednesday of this last week, and in 3 days I sold more than half of my series of blocks. So if you don't remember seeing that video, check it out. It's some really good ideas on how to set up an early release, and I hope to see you again next Saturday for my next studio session. Have a great week. Bye.